Alright, so let me give you an example with structure. I will create a structure that will keep a record of our students from first year and from second year. So let me create a structure with a struct keyword, and now I have to give it a name, so I'm giving it student. In the brackets. Now I have to include or declare my data items which I want to be included in this structure. So I want to include a string in it, and the name is name, and the length is going to be 70, and I also want to include another data type of integer because I also want to store the ID of my student. So integer, and give it a name ID. So I got two data types in my structure. One is the string and the other is integer. The main program. Okay. Now I need two members for this structure. I want to include members for the first year and members for the second year students. So I will create two members by using the struct key word and the name of our structure, which is student. And now I have to give a name to my member, so I'm giving it first year. In the next step, I'm creating a new member, student, and giving it a name second year. So I have successfully created two members for this student structure, which is holding all the data types with the structure student had. I want to add some data to my first year member and to my second year member. For that purpose, I'm using string copy, and I'm giving a name to my first year member. So I will just write the first year member. Member name is first year, and the access operator, which is a dot. So this access operator, it gives me an access to all the variables or the data types the student structure has. So it have this character data type, and it also has this integer data type, and I got access to all this data type with the help of this access operator. Now for what member do I need the access? So I need an access for name, which is a string, because I'm adding a name to my first year member. And now I have to give a name to my first year member. So I'm giving it name John. Okay, so I have successfully added the John name to the first year member, and which is stored in this variable name. Now I also want to give an ID to my first year member. So I will just write the member name, which is the first year, and the access operator, which gave me the access, and the ID. So I got access for this data type, which is integer now. And I'm giving it the ID 742551. Alright, and I'm going to do the same thing for the second year. String copy, the member name, which is second year, and I want access to name. So name, I got access, and I'm adding a name Watson. And I also want to give the ID to my second year member. So I will just write the member name and the access operator, the ID, and the number. Okay, so I have successfully updated my members with a name and an ID, which is John for first year and 742551 for first year, and Watson and this number for the second year member. Now I want to print the result on the screen to see what I got in my members. So I'm just gonna write some text. First year member, first year name, and as this is a string, so I will write %s, new line character, and by this %s I am referring to this member and the dot name. Okay, now I want to print the other result, which is the ID. So first year ID is %d because it's a number and the type is integer, and I just have to write this first year dot ID here. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for the second year student. Oops. Second year name, and this is a string, so %s, new line character, comma, or you can just copy it from here. Alright, now for the ID, second year ID, as this is a number, so %d and the new line character, and return 0. Okay, let's execute it and see what we got. So as you can see, we got a name for our first year member, first year name John, and the ID 742551. And for second year member, we got a name Watson and the ID. So this is how we use structure. We use structure for storing data or keeping record of your books or names or any other thing. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to our channel.